Complete detail of how a macro program is made is available in another video. This video we are going to see the details of how conditional branching is used. So this is a sample program which will find the total of numbers 1 to 10. So how this program works? People who are familiar with C, C++, they will be able to understand this concept easily. For those who are not familiar, so I am trying to explain in a simple manner. So we'll see how this concept is being used. So you can see this hash numbers are the variables. Hash 1 and hash 2 are used. And hash 1 is initialized to 0, hash 2 is initialized to 1. Hash 2 is a counter. So the counter will keep incrementing by 1 and it will continuously be checked if it is crossing number 10. So as long as the value of hash 10 is less than or equal to 10, this loop will continue executing. So this while statement is used to loop. This statement is called a conditional branching statement. Now after the loop, you can see hash 1 is equal to hash 1 plus hash 2 and hash 2 equal to hash 2 plus 1. So in general mathematics, if you see, you will find that hash 2 equal to hash 2 plus 1. So this is something like a equal to a plus 1, which is not correct. But in computer languages or even this macro program, this is a correct statement. And how it is used is this hash 2 on the left hand side of the equation, that is new hash 2. So this hash 2 can be considered as a holder for the value. So this is a new holder and this one is an old holder. So earlier value of hash 2, this is new value of hash 2, this is old value of hash 2. Then this become meaningful. So this is how this statement is used. Now we will see how this branching works. So as I already told you, we will consider these parameters, these variables as holder for value. So let's assume this these are trays carrying something like say chocolate or some fruits. We will consider it like that. So hash 1 is a tray, hash 2 is a tray. So hash 1 there is nothing, hash 2 now 1 is kept. For example, say 1 chocolate is kept. Now what does this statement does? This conditional statement. This can be called as conditional jump also. So what does it do is while hash 2 less than equal to 3 do 1. So value of hash 2 will be continuously checked whether it is getting more than value of 3. So as I already told you, this will keep on incrementing, hash 2 will keep on incrementing, and as long as it is less than 3, less than or equal to 3, this complete program will run. So this is between this while statement and do statement and end statement. So now hash 2, value of hash 2 is just 1. So this statement will check, evaluate the condition, is hash 2 less than or equal to 3? Yes, now it is only 1, which is very much less than 3. Now the tray is moved forward. Hash 1 equal to hash 1 plus hash 2. So we know hash 2 is having value of 1. Hash 1 was initially was nothing. So nothing was there. So just value of hash 2 is added here. And value of hash 2 was 1. Now value of hash 2 will get incremented by 1. So earlier it was 1 here. So now 1 will get added here. So this becomes 2. So now when you started, hash 1 was 0, hash 2 was 1. Now value of hash 1 has become 1 and hash 2 has become 2. Now this will again loop back. Now it will again evaluate, is hash 2 less than or equal to 3? Now hash 2 is 2, you can see here 1, 2. So this 2 is anyhow less than 3. So again it will loop. Now hash 1 will again get incremented by old value of hash 2. So hash 2 was 2, now it is 1 plus 2. Hash 2, here it is 2, now it will get incremented by 1, so it will become 3. Going back and evaluating again. Is hash 2 less than or equal to 3? It is now not less than but equal to 3. So still this statement is true. So again it is doing. Now hash 1 is added, incremented by old value of hash 2, which is 3. And now hash 2 is getting incremented by 1. So this becomes 4. So now this has become 1 plus 2 plus 3 and this has become 4. Now again coming back and again validating. Is hash 2 less than or equal to 3? Now it is not less than or equal to 3. It is more than 3. Now it is 4. So the loop is getting closed here. Hash 2 is now 4, which is greater than 3. So this statement is finished. Now value of hash 1 is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3. So this exercise is to find sum of numbers from 1 to 3. Similarly, you can find any number of sum of any numbers 1 to 10 or 1 to 100 or 1 to 1000. The same program with small changes here. It will keep adding the values. So this is now what we have discussed is while statement. Now we'll see another way of doing the same thing using if statement. Now if statement can also be used in two different ways. Now in this example we are using if statement before the actual program begins. That means the variables are initialized, and then we are checking the values and then the program will run. So now we'll see how it works. So this was already explained there. This hash 1 equals 0. That means there is nothing in this tray. Hash 2 is having 1. So there is 1 item in this tray. Now it is checked. If hash 2 greater than 3, go to 999. 999 is a block number. So whenever, as long as the hash 2 is less than or equal to 3, this statement will, this program will run. If not, this will directly branch to this, jump to this block number. So now it is being checked. Is hash 2 greater than 3? No. Now hash 1 will get incremented by 1, hash 2 by 1. So now the value of hash 1 is 1, hash 2 is 2. Now this command go to 111 will make this looping back to here. So now again this statement will evaluate, is hash 2 greater than 3? Now the value of hash 2 is just 2, it's not greater than 3. Go forward. Now here 2 is added because old value of hash 2 is 2, 1 plus 2. Hash 2 now is 2, will get incremented by 1. Now it becomes 3. Now go to 111 again. Evaluate, is hash 2 greater than 3? No, it is just equal to 3, not greater than. Again run, add 3 here, add 1 here, so that this becomes 4. So here it is 1 plus 2 plus 3, this is 4. Go to 111. That means again it is looped back. Now it is getting evaluated. Is hash 2 greater than 3? Yes. Now it is 4, which is greater than 3. So that means this is satisfied. This statement is satisfied, and this will loop. This will make the pointer to move to N999. So now the value of hash 1 is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3. So sum of numbers from 1 to 3. It is already, that value is stored in hash 1. I already told you that if statement can be used in 2 different ways. So one we have already seen. This is the next alternative way of using if statement. So if you remember, what we have done earlier was if statement was given in the beginning of the program. And now in this case it is used after the program. So the major difference here is, here the program will execute at least once, irrespective of this statement, whether hash 2 is less than equal to 3 or not. This program will execute minimum once. So it all depends upon the values, initial values of hash 1 and hash 2. Then further this statement will take care. So what happens is, first this is initialized, then this will keep incrementing, hash 2 also will keep incrementing, and this will be evaluated here. Another advantage here is this is only one statement, whereas in the previous statement one if statement was there and then one simple go to command was there. So this is much simpler than the other one in usage, but minimum one time the program will run, so you have to be careful. I hope this was helpful in understanding how the branching works in macro programming. Now for programming resources, you can go to cnclearning.com and you can find Excel sheets, program templates and all, programming testing. So macro program discussed in my old video for making a circular movement, circular interpolation using G01 command, that is available for a free download. Happy learning.